my God, it's so interesting when the press actually admits what's going on. Like, for instance, why would you lower the age for voting? Like, you're giving voting to people who can't consent, to people who can't serve in the military. Why would you do that? And the answer is obvious. It's in order to stop the far right. And like, what exactly is the far right? Well, I heard today that a Spanish politician who was basically saying that he wants to build prisons without swimming pools and plasma TVs, that he is far right. And that's literally all he said. Like, that's literally all he posted. And that is enough to make you far right nowadays. And there's never a conversation about what the far left is. Like what does extremism from the left looks like? I mean, we have seen political assassination attempts against people who are running on the right, and they never call it like a far left extremist. Banning people cars, like that's on the table. No, that's not extremist, that's normal. You have individuals at the World Economic Forum talking about reducing population in order to stop global warming. That's not extremist, for some reason. That's not far left. The idea of forcing people to give away their gas stoves, that's not extremist. That's not far left. And the only thing that exists is far right. And far right is usually anything, like literally anything, that goes against left-leaning politics. Like, I would love to talk with one of these journalists and just ask them, okay, so what exactly is right-wing? Like, just basic bitch right-wing. What would you consider that to look like? Now, apparently, they want to lower the voting age to 16, and much to their horror and dismay, they realize that, well, actually, young people happen to be far right. And the reason for this is simple. Number one, right-wing parties never had the intention of talking to individuals who are under the age of 18 because they don't vote. And also, they're not as subversive as the left. Like, they're not into schools, they're not, right? So, usually, it's the party in charge that decides what happens in schools through the Ministry of Education. And the party in charge is left-wing throughout most of Europe. So they're the ones that get to have a say in what kids get to listen to. However, it's like, okay, well, if the voting age has been lowered, now we gotta reach those kids. So they did grassroots activism. They actually went and they talked with people. Hey, like, you're a parent, talk to your kids about this. They tried making propaganda targeting people that are over the age of 16 rather than 18 because, well, this is how the election is now. And what they found out is that, well, many young people are convinced by the arguments that most of them haven't even heard them before, and, well, it worked, right? Like, many of them have voted for the evil far right. And now the press is in dismay. Now the press is horrified. It's like, oh, Dios mío, what is happening? And another reason why young people are against left-leaning ideology is due to the police state. Right? Like every single policy that the left supports has to be enforced, if not directly by law. Like, for instance, a couple of years ago, there was this filmmaker in Norway which was facing 3 years in prison because she said that men can't be lesbians. And this was so horrifying, so damaging to left-wing orthodoxy that they had to put her under an investigation. I haven't followed the case. I don't know if she actually went to prison or not. But people are seeing and they're sick of this. It's like, we're supposed to be free societies. You're supposed to handle criticism. You're supposed to handle people that think differently from you. If a Christian can be okay with what an with what a Muslim believes, surely an LGBT person can be okay with a lesbian filmmaker that says men can't be lesbians. It's like, it's her opinion at the end of the day, right? But no. There are now hate speech laws. You can't say that in Norway. Oh, okay. So J.K. Rowling is now persona non grata. You have all of this censorship apparatus on social media. The censorship apparatus goes into video games. And it literally affects an individual's life. Like, someone can't shit talk on the internet. They can't trash talk on a video game without getting censored. And at one point, they say, dude, enough. Who the fuck is doing this to me? Who's doing this to me? So I can upset them. Oh, election season. Oh, now I get a chance to upset them. And what's really hilarious is when you see how the leftists freak out. It's like, oh my God, it's such a petty reason. It's such a petty reason to do it. Well, if it's petty, why did you decide to ban my video games? Or when did it happen? Why did you speak out about it? Because, like, a lot of people have no intention of voting to begin with. A lot of people aren't even concerned about the macro issues that you care about. They just want to play their video games and shitpost. Because honestly, if you're looking at the young demographic, if you're looking at people that are the age of 16 and 18, that's pretty much what they care about, right? Like, not all of them care about the macro issues. I mean, they probably don't even care about taxes and the economy, because right? They care about the things that influence them. And what influences them is social media. And then they get to see that the quality of social media is constantly going down and down and down, the more sanitized it gets. And they're having less fun. Like, the type of fun that I had when I grew up is impossible to have now. Like, I used to go outside and I played soccer and we trash talk. And I'm certain that if you were to record what was being said and you would publish it in Britain right now on social media, my friends would probably get life in prison. I mean, the speech of hate that they were capable. Oh, Dios mío. No one got hurt, by the way. Like, no one got damaged over. We're just playing soccer. But there were words that were spoken. Blasphemous words, harmful words, dangerous words. I mean, holy shit, if you think about it, even South Park Season 1 is in violation of many of these things. So yeah, like, this is what ended up happening. And not to mention, like, the left has become sanctimonious. It's not just the orthodoxy, but it's like the way that they're acting, you know? Like, you see some of the most insufferable twats on the planet that are demanding virtue and censorship from everyone else around them. And usually teenagers don't like that. Like, teenagers don't like being censored. They don't like having a sanctimonious person that's not their parents, that's not their family, that's not closely related to them. They don't like some random twat on the street telling them how to behave and what to do. So due to this, it's no surprise that, Gen Z has voted in this manner. I do suspect that many other countries that had an idea of lowering the age of consent to vote are going to backpedal now. I don't think Germany is going to make it so that 16 is the age to vote in local elections. I wonder why that is. I do think that the AfD may support it now. I do think that, you know what, actually that's a great idea. Yeah, sure, why not? You know, and at the end of the day, I think that the reason a lot of young people supported left-leaning causes is that they were advertising tolerance and acceptance. And at the time, it looked like they mean it. But now left-leaning people are obviously that they are not meaning it. They're not tolerant. They're actually more bigoted than the most right-wing people that I know. Like, the moment you deviate even a little bit, the moment you do a J.K. Rowling, they're willing to go all the way to life ruination. And teenagers are seeing that. So they don't like it. That's how I explain what actually happened in these elections. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.